Good day to each and everyone. My name is King Jonathan TDS from Biyad 1 Block 2, your speaker for today. And it is my pleasure to be here in front of all of you, most especially to the person who made this activity possible, Dr. Daxon Espigente. Good day to you, sir. And thank you for giving us this wonderful experience as we mold ourselves to become a global teacher in the future and sustain the needs of the society in terms of producing quality professionals or being a part of those professionals. By the way, are you familiar of the word sustain like what I said a while ago, right? Sustain means to provide what is needed of someone or something to continue or exist. And that word sustain is the very significant word about our topic for today, titled How to Sustain a Happy Marriage. To those who are married, I know you have your own ways to provide what is needed in order for you to have a happy marriage. But still, I want your ears at this moment because I know you can earn something from this. And to those who are single, this is also for you. Why? Because every success has its own plan, preparation, and process. So it means both of you, single and married, must listen carefully. To those who don't know my status, I am married. Yes, I am married for almost 3 years, and this coming August 5, 2020 is our third wedding anniversary. In our marriage, there are so many circumstances appears. Some are good and some are bad. Many of our relatives and friends says it is normal. Problems are part of a relationship. Just go on and fight. Fortunately, we overcome all of those circumstances together. So, majority of the instances that will be stated are based from our own experience and some are from our relatives and friends. Marriage is not an easy thing. Marriage is not a play or a video game. Like when you are being distracted by problems and got discouraged along the way, you can easily say, I quit. No, it's not like that. Marriage is a very, very crucial part in our lives, so we must make it right. Like what I said a while ago, every success has its own plan, preparation, and process. Because when it goes wrong, we can easily affect the life of others, most especially to our sons and daughters in the future. And I know you don't want that to happen to your own family, so that's why I am here. I am here to give you some tips in order for you to have a happy marriage in the future or sustain that happy marriage of yours nowadays. But before we will proceed to the tips, let me give you this first. All the tips are in a vice versa mode. Something like when your partner got those good characteristics, you must have those good characteristics too in return. So please listen carefully. Here are the tips. Tip number one, know your partner. You must know your partner's strengths and weaknesses. You must know what he or she likes and don't like. Know your partner well, just like how you know yourself. And that would be the foundation of your relationship in the future because you can now easily understand each other. In our part, me and my wife are in a 5 years of knowing each other process before we got married. And I can say that it is a very solid foundation of our relationship nowadays because I know her well and she knows me well too. When you know each other, you can easily adjust from one another, and that is one of the key to sustain a happy marriage. Tip number two, faithfulness. Both of you must be faithful of the vows that you have pledged in front of the Holy Spirit. And I know you are so familiar of this part of that certain event, marriage. In sickness and in health, in richer and in poorer, for better and for worse, till death do us part. When you get married or when you are married, always remember to the vows that you have pledged in front of the Holy Spirit, because it can help you to maintain a happy marriage. Like what we do with my wife. We value and treasure that whole event on our wedding day. And I can say, because of that, we are solid, happy, and blessed family. Tip number 3, you must show to your partner or to your sons and daughters that you are a sweet, loving, caring, responsible, and supportive at all times. No matter how hard or easy, how how soft or how rough or smooth your day is, you must always show to them those five, because it can develop a sense of belonging. And when someone feels that they belongs to you, they will love you more. So it means when there is love, it is a happy family. Being a student at the same time a working student, a father to a son, and a husband to a wife is not easy. I have to manage my time wisely. But even if I have those kind of schedule, I have that kind of day, I always show to them those five. I always show to them that I am a sweet, loving, caring, responsible, and supportive husband and a father at all times, in order to maintain this happy living of ours. Tip number 4, equality. We must treat our partners as our equal partner in life, not as a servant partner or other else. We must treat them as our equal, even if they are tall, small, dark, white, thin, chubby, poor or rich, bright in knowledge or poor in knowledge, and etc. Because they are also a human. And this tip number 4 is a very big reminder for us, boys. You know why? Because we all know boys has a superiority when it comes to force and strength. And in this case, there is no such thing, superiority, when it comes to decision making and family planning. Because our partners has a heart, mind, and soul that can plan also for the brighter future. And in return, girls must also do the same. When there is a mutual understanding between you and your partner, it could lead into a prosperous, harmonious, and happy married life. Tip number 5, last but the most important and practical way to sustain a happy marriage: source of income. Either you or your partner must have a stable source of income that can provide the needs of the family, like clothes, food, shelter, and education. Because love or family without money is miserable. So, in short, before you get married, you have to find a stable job first. And those are the 5 tips that for sure will help you to guide you into a happy married life. So therefore, in other words, before you enter into the kingdom of married life, make sure that you are prepared to the circumstances may appear to your relationship. Be resourceful and try to apply those tips I gave to you, because for sure it can help you. But before we will end up our discussion for today, let me recall you the tips once again. Tip number 1, know your partner well. Tip number 2, be faithful to the vows that you have pledged in front of the Holy Spirit. Tip number 3, always show to your partner and to your children all those 5. Be sweet, loving, caring, responsible, and supportive partner and a father at all times. Tip number 4, we must treat our partner as our equal partner in life. Tip number 5, the most important thing, aim for a stable job before you get married. And for the third time around, every success has its own plan, preparation, and process. And that would be all. Thank you.